Your tech is ruining your productivity and your life. Stop! My god, how am I supposed to get any work done when you won't stop annoying me, huh? I'm guessing you have a similar problem as well. The solution? Just let it go. That was the most terrifying thing that I've done yet. Return to caveman! Well, not really, just use less of it. I mean, sure. We're all holding supercomputers in our hands, but that seems to have hurt us more than it has helped. But here are a few ways to be 10 times as productive with way less tech. Let's say you're winding down for the night. You have your favorite beverage on hand, mine is water. No, it's not really, but it's the only thing I had around. Anyways, with a book in hand and you're about to shut your eyes and go to a well-deserved night of rest, but then you remember. But then you get a notification on Twitter, you see what the post is, and you see the related post, and before you know it, you're doom scrolling on Twitter and you've lost 20 minutes of your life. Whoops. Not to mention the concept in Atomic Habits, where when we use something, we tend to develop a notion associated to it. If you're used to sleeping in your bed, then whenever you get into bed, you'll feel drowsy. Used to work with your headphones on, then whenever you put your headphones on, you'll feel a strange but good sense of focus. Our PCs and our devices tend to be associated with a lot of things that we do in our daily life, so trying to attach your to-do list to that tends to pretty much make it go into one ear and out the other, because you just forget about it. It doesn't stick really all that well. But this can help solve that problem a little bit. Oh, and this. Alright, you can't see it. One sec. This can help us make a change. Oh, whoops. Just forget. Oh, why is this not rubbing off? What were we saying? Alright, it's at the end of the day, you're going to head off into bed, but then you remember the tasks that you have to do for the next day. So, you write, oh, I have a uni project for tomorrow. Hey, I never said my handwriting was good. And then I have a video to shoot and a complimentary errand to run. All laid out neatly, and then you go to sleep. Like all my desire to study for exams these days. You wake up while my studying capabilities still fall soundly asleep, and then you start hammering out tasks one after another. Like this, and this. I need to get a new marker. And done! No notifications, no distractions, no ADHD, and you can skip your medication for once.
Careful, this is not medical advice. Do not be stupid and take whatever you're prescribed. I don't have a license, geniuses. Listening to me may cause side effects of loss of brain cells, drooling, falling asleep, and death.
But I understand. This may not be enough for you. It certainly wasn't enough for me. When I work, I like to have a timer going off so I can see how much time is left on whatever I'm doing, how long I've been doing it for, and just to get a general sense of time. But oddly enough, my phone was never enough for that, and I'm certainly not gonna sacrifice one of my 2 monitors for this, because I was seeing a familiar foe crop up on my screen. Be gone! So what I like to do to fight against that is have this handy little thing on hand. I actually first found out about it when I was watching a video from Alex Hormozy talking about his productivity routine and how he gets his work done. And then a light bulb went into my head and I got it. Okay, technically it is an electronic device, but I feel like we could give this a pass. It's just a freaking timer. So now, I just have it as a staple whenever I work. I set down the time for however long I think it would take, make sure it's all alright, press on it, you hear a beep sound, then it starts turning down the number. Plus, I have a pretty nice setup for it. I have one of those stick-on holders with a magnetic end that I can attach it to, and it just stays there. So whenever I'm working, I can just look up, have a glance, and I know how much time exactly is left for whatever I'm doing. But a phone, well, it can turn off, it can run out of battery. Usually you have to hold it just to trigger the screen on so you can look at the time. It's way better, and you don't get distracted checking this thing all the freaking time. And last but by far not least is my trusty notebook. I've had this thing for ages and I freaking love it. I have it about like halfway filled up now. But you can use it for anything and literally everything. It's especially useful when you're trying to solve a problem and you just need somewhere distraction-free, calm, where you can just draw out a solution, brainstorm and make a mind map, all those things. Or if you're reading a book and you want to write down some notes about it, some essential tips, some new revelations that you've had reading it, or other things that you want to try out in your work or your business. Plus, for me personally, I like to think sometimes by writing out my thoughts and just trying to move my hand through the motions and see what kind of conclusions I can come from that. I like to think sometimes by writing, especially when it feels like you're facing some huge, giant, insurmountable obstacle and you don't know if you can do it and you just need to breathe. Take a moment and just write down what you're thinking about and what's making you feel so overwhelmed. Oh, and on the back I have my reading list. As you may be able to see or not a lot of those are crossed out yet. But hey, I'm getting to it. But hey, I won't bore you with that. I loved editing this video and I'd edit yours as well. Check out the links in the description and bye!